Thank you very much for joining today for another session on the Automation Diaries, the Wizards of Automation. I'm very pleased to introduce today our guest, Mr. Milan Sheth, who is the Executive Vice President, India region at Automation Anywhere, the provider of the world's best-in-class intelligent automation platform. Milan is very well known in the industry and has supported many clients in their digital transformation journey and in embracing the trifecta, the intelligent automation, the artificial intelligence, and the analytics. It's such a pleasure to have you today, Milan. Welcome, Milan.
Thank you. Good to have you. Good to see you there.
Thank you. Thank you, Milan. Milan, first, let me start by congratulating you on an overwhelming success of the Imagine Digital 2020. You had some of the best speakers and you've introduced some of the best topics, truly fulfilling and very engaging.
Yeah, the new times. This is an Imagine Digital, it's new avatar, Uday, and really happy that the success which we always had in the physical events, we had even greater success on the digital events. So very pleased with the new format working and how people are embracing this new digital format.
Right. Milan, one very interesting thing about the Automation Anywhere product line is the 4 simple steps that one needs to take to embrace automation. And namely, these are discover, capture, automate, and optimize. Today, you have a very comprehensive product line end to end. So when it comes to discover, you have the discovery bot available today with AI capabilities. We talk about the capture, you have IQ bots, and I have personally implemented IQ bots at many of the organizations. So phenomenal results out there with NLP and deep learning capabilities and cognitive capabilities. You have the A2019 platform, which is cloud enabled, and of course the bot insights that provides real-time analytics dashboards for the senior executives. So the product line is comprehensive. Milan, what's next? Give us a preview to the future and tell us what's coming and what's happening in the labs at Automation Anywhere.
I think, Uday, as you rightly said, it's an end-to-end, product. We've been trying to. This has been the vision Mihir had laid out almost 3 years back, and it is being executed right now. So we will continue to enhance our product to cover more situations, more industry needs, and more scenarios. So that's what definitely is in the works and is coming through. One of the biggest shifts we made was on cloud, and the ease with which you can really put bots in action. Now we're going to make that accessible across the parts of the world. Earlier we had a few regions. In fact, in India we just recently went live with our local cloud instance. We recently went live in Africa, Middle East. So we are now bringing the technology to people or to our customers, and then they can use it. I think to your larger point on what is in the works in next 1 or 2 years, clearly the 2 stated areas we have talked about is a human bot collaboration, and we are the first in the industry to talk about instead of bots replacing, it's bots augmenting the human capabilities, and how seamlessly they can work together is an area where there are lots of new I would say features and some very exciting areas which are being talked about. And the second area, which is going to be more on the infrastructure side, the cloud-led deployment and how can you make it even simple, faster, better. So those are the immediate in next 2 years horizon, Uday, which is coming from the labs to our customers.
Great, brilliant. One of the key talks that Mihir had given during the Imagine Digital has certainly been a very compelling proposition and has left a mark, at least in my mind and in many that I know. He said, if not now, you don't embark on automation now, then when? Milan, I really want you to sort of elaborate a little bit more on that message to the viewers, especially to those who really want to or contemplating to take that leap of faith and move into automation, but yet have not done so.
Right. I think one of the things why Mihir said what he said is a data in front of us that a crisis which we all have witnessed has clearly differentiated prepared with not so prepared or underprepared. And the prepared organizations have had an opportunity to uh, respond better to their customers, continue their businesses, and they have come out. Everybody has been impacted, but they have been less impacted than others. And hence, in that context, organizations did not do digital for many years because of not proper executive support. There wasn't a business rationale which they could put together. But this particular event has proved that organizations which had taken leap of faith, which had very well drafted and executed plans, have come out on top. And hence, in that context, Mihir's comment is very valid that if not now, when? Because this episode has taught you that suddenly, when a crisis strikes, better prepared are the ones which will survive, and underprepared or unprepared may not even survive the changing economic situations around. The second point is also that any crisis, whether economic, environmental, social, always brings the best out of best companies, and and the best companies always take more lead over their nearest rivals in that process. So I think digital and particularly our technology is no longer, I would say, nice to have. It is actually moved because of this crisis in a must-have in every organization. So in that context, I would say, uh, if not now, when would you do that? So, and I think the good news is that this message has resonated with all customers across the world, because all of them have been thinking. Governments, public sector enterprises, who typically take a lot of time to move into these dimensions, have moved at a much faster pace in last 4 5 months than ever been. So there is a merit on the way organizations are thinking about.
Yeah. Milan, you have been an architect for a number of Fortune 50, 100 clients globally, as well as for a number of Indian clients in helping them develop and embrace automation. Could you just share one or two use cases, that should give people a flavor of what is possible, the art of possible in this particular space of the business?
I think the possibilities are immense, but I will probably talk about what has touched the business at heart. I think the most famous example I can quote is the ANZ Bank, which is one of our oldest customers. And ANZ Bank, when the crisis happened, their center in Bangalore allowed the bank to operate at almost 90% plus uh, readiness, and that was because of the underlying technology which they were using, and that really help them service their customers better. And amongst when everybody else had really struggled, I think they stood out by their phenomenal deployment of technology. So that's one which, and they have gone public about it, so I can talk about it. We've had drug discovery related, uh, during COVID, companies which have been working on vaccine and using our bots in drug discovery. So again, quite a few of them have gone public with how they've used our platform to accelerate the drug discovery process. If I come to India, we've had customers like Bajaj Allianz, which have gone on public and said that they were able to onboard uh, customers in a relatively digitally newbie country like India in a very rapid time because of the underlying infrastructure which they had built around bots. So there are many examples of that across industries, and what we are really pleased about is that many of the customers in India, particularly, uh, which are serving their global customers or even local customers, were able to move very quickly to business as usual because of the underlying technology, and one of that core technology was our automation solutions. So those are the really powerful stories on how we've really become core to the organization's IT and digital platform capabilities.
Right, Milan. Milan, Automation Anywhere has played a significant part in helping many pockets across the globe, especially in UK recently, the NHS in developing the solutions for COVID-related crisis. Just elaborate a little bit more on that, and also what's happening here with the Indian government.
I think one of the biggest positives of this crisis has been that how government and government agencies have really moved with speed to service the citizens. And you referred to the NHS example. There are examples in Australia with the multiple ministries. We have done work with some of the ministries here in India, state governments, and I think the real power in those is that their ability to quickly scale and reach large number of citizens or affected partners, supply chain players in a shortest possible time. And I think government has realized that when there is a mass communication needed, where the message has to land in enterprises across, when transactions have to be done across enterprises, I think this technology really allows them to make it happen. And I think one example I could quote is U.S. government. U.S. government came out with the small business loans, and small businesses can really avail credit to deliver services. And we are very fortunate that almost the largest banks in U.S. Used our Automation Anywhere bots to make those transactions happen in the shortest possible time. So SBA, I think almost all banks in the US have been working using our bots to reach to the largest number of small businesses and distributing that credit to them on ground. So several stories and several unique and innovative use cases coming up from government and public sector.
Right. Milan, I've been personally attending a number of your masterclasses and the webinars that are being run by the Automation Anywhere Academy. I must say in one word, it's brilliant. There is so much of learning at the end of every session, whether it's the enabling services in F&A, HR, procurement, or you're even talking about client services across sectors. Exactly know which are those areas in the taxonomy that you can automate and how you need to start embarking on that. So it has certainly been a great playbook and a great guide, for the customers and for our clients. Milan, my question here is more to do with those professionals who are watching this show and are really keen to embark on making automation their career. What would be your guidance to them, and what would be the future for them in this particular field and area?
Yeah, I think to your point, Uday, the first thing I want to make is that those webinars you talked about, I think we are extremely thankful to our customers who are willing to come and share their stories and very freely distribute their learnings, their knowledge with the community at large. So I think it's because of their active collaboration we have been able to pull off 100 plus webinars in last few months. To your larger point, I would say that one thing which we all have realized in this world, which is multidisciplinary skills is a name of the game, and operations folks have to know technology folks have to know process, IT folks have to know business. So I think what's happening here is that I think that has clearly come out as one of the biggest learning, that the organizations have overnight found that people with multiple skills are really able to deliver in this unique times for the organization. And hence, I don't know whether it would be an advice, but I would definitely say that the learning for me personally and a lot of successful professionals I've seen in the industry has been ability to quickly and curiously understand what technology can do to your business. you have to be very good at what you do, whether you're a CFO, whether you are a CHRO, whether you are a supply chain head, whether you are running logistics, you are very good at what you do. But moment you add a layer, how technology can transform that. And personally, as you know, Uday, very, very well, you've been a big participant in that in your earlier roles, is everybody building a bot. We truly encourage that your ability to build and play with the technology makes a huge difference to even your core area of skill. So my only advice is to rising professionals, to even professionals who have been very good in one area, just add this additional skills to your repertoire, and then you will see that it will make your life and your work life very, very enriching. And this technology generally does wonders to our life. So I think that we must go and embrace it. This is the time to go embrace that.
Thank you, Milan. One another statement that Mihir made, which is again echoing in across the automation world, is let's not think of going back to the same normal. Let's think of going to a better place. Unquestionably, Automation Anywhere is taking a leap in this area and is significantly moving the whole automation industry to a much better place. So thank you very much, Milan. Thank you for making India the automation capital of the world, and thank you to the Automation Anywhere team for all the great work that it is doing in really sort of supporting clients and customers globally, and especially in India, in embracing automation. Thank you very much.
Uday, thank you for having me, and it's always a pleasure talking to you. And thank you, and looking forward to work and continue to make India as the automation innovator, not just the capital, but capital with a lot of innovation capabilities coming from India. So thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you, Milan. Thank you so much. Thank you.